When we talk about becoming more disciplined, we usually only talk about the things that we need to start doing. Waking up earlier, going to the gym, eating right, creating routines, sticking to our goals. And believe me, I believe in all them things. But something I've realized is discipline is not just about what you add to your life, it's also about what you stop doing. You may have to look at the things that you're doing that are actively working against the person that you're trying to become. So today, I'm sharing 7 things that I stopped doing to help me become more disciplined and intentional with my life. And while you're watching, I want you to think about things that you might need to stop doing too. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jordan. On this channel, we talk about all things motivation, discipline, self-growth, evolution, and of course, beauty and hair. But I'm all about becoming the best version of yourself on this one life that we have. I'm all about reaching your fullest potential. So if that's the journey you're on too, subscribe and join us over here. Now let's get into the first thing I had to stop doing. The first thing I had to stop doing, honestly, was just things I had no business doing. Sometimes we already know something isn't good for us, and you know what those things are in your life. We know we're not supposed to be hanging out with so-and-so. We know we're not supposed to be texting the same dude. We know we're not supposed to be spending that money for this when it's supposed to be for that. We know staying out till 3 a.m. is not going to get us up in the morning to do what we said we was going to do tomorrow, but we should do it anyway. And then we wonder why we don't feel disciplined. Where was the discipline there? Never. I had to realize discipline is not only being able to make yourself do something. It's also about telling yourself no and meaning it and standing on it. Before I do something now, I try to ask myself, like, does this align with the life that I'm trying to create? Does this align with the woman that I'm trying to become? And sometimes the answer is no. And when the answer is no, it just doesn't serve me no more, and I just have no business doing that stuff no more. That doesn't mean you can't have fun. It doesn't mean you have to become boring, but it means you need to stop continuously putting yourself in situations that, like I said, you have no business being in. It just means you stop continuously sacrificing your future and what you really want for the next 5 minutes for instant gratification. Number 2, I stopped forcing people in situations that no longer serve me too. This one can be difficult because sometimes there's not necessarily something wrong with the person. You just don't fit anymore. And I had to stop thinking that because I've known somebody for a long time and we have history, I'm automatically have to keep giving them access to me. No. Sometimes you're changing and your priorities are changing, your standards are changing, your goals are changing, everything is changing. And it's okay if people are not on the same track or they're just not on the same wave as you. Most likely a lot of people are not because everybody lives their own life. But with you changing and other people not changing with you, that just has to be something that you accept that's a part of your journey, evolving for yourself, for your own life. It doesn't mean that you're better than somebody. That doesn't mean I'm doing this and you're not doing that. And it doesn't give you permission to look down on people. It just gives you clarity on the things that you do want out of life and continue to put in your life, because as you grow older, you get to say no, you get to have more boundaries, you get to choose the people that you want in your life, and you don't need to feel bad for it. I don't think you need to feel bad for it. I don't think that you need to feel guilty for that. And this applies to situations too. You don't got to accept every invitation. You don't got to go everywhere that everybody's going, all your friends are going. You don't got to entertain every conversation. You don't even got to explain every boundary. Sometimes protecting your discipline means protecting your environment and your mindset. You have the choice to create an environment for you that you will thrive in. So I suggest that you use it, because it's a lot harder to become a new version of yourself when you're constantly putting yourself in old environments that serve the old version of you. Number 3, stop consuming a bunch of bull crap, okay? I stopped consuming things that weren't serving me. I stopped following the Shade Room. I stopped watching baddies. I canceled Zeus. I don't really like reality TV unless it's like real estate shows or something, but this is a big one, you know, like what you really do consume and pick up and put in your mind subconsciously, it really does take a toll on you. It's literally consuming everybody else's business, and that ain't my business. That's just not my business. That's not helping me. That's not educating me. That's not elevating me. That's not inspiring me. So I just didn't need it. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person if you still do those things. That's not the point. The point is, what is this actually doing for me? That's just the question I have for myself. What is this actually doing for me? If I have goals I'm trying to accomplish, businesses I'm trying to build, a body to keep tea, relationships I'm trying to, keep together and nurture, why do I need to know what's going on in every person's life all on the internet? When I'm behind on mine, when I'm trying to build mine, that's when I started becoming much more intentional about what I consume. If you spend 2 hours scrolling every day, that's 14 hours every freaking week. And I had to stop doing that. Imagine what you could even do with half of that time. You could read, work out, spend time with God, work on your finances, organize your home, start a business, or literally just rest, I stopped giving everybody unlimited access to my attention and only focused on things that I know were literally serving me for the most part. Number 4, I stopped procrastinating and breaking promises to myself. This might be the biggest one. I stopped saying I'll do it tomorrow, I'll start next month, I'll start next Monday. It's no better time to start than now, and pushing it off does not give you the results that you need. And you're breaking promises to yourself every single time you do that. Every time you tell yourself you're gonna do something and you don't do it, you're teaching yourself, my words to myself don't really mean anything. And then we wonder why we don't trust ourselves. Oh my gosh. And then we wonder why we're not confident. Oh my gosh. Because our words to ourselves don't mean anything. They don't hold any weight. You have to stop doing that. I think confidence and discipline are deeply connected, because imagine knowing if I tell myself I'm gonna do something and I figure out a way to do it, builds confidence instantly. Confidence built. That builds confidence because you know you can trust your word. You know that you mean what you say. People around you know that what you say, you mean. I stopped making promises casually. I stopped saying I'm gonna do it if I have no intention on doing it, and if I don't want to do it. Also, that goes hand in hand with not doing things that you don't want to do. Saying that you're gonna do things that you really have no intention on doing, you don't want to do, that you know you just have no intention on doing. There's no point for you to sit there and be like, yeah, I'll go, or yeah, I'll do that. Just say no. Just say no to people. Just say no to things that don't serve you. But if you do say you're gonna do something, stick to it. If you do say you're gonna do something, even if it's hard, even if it's something that takes a bit of time or extra work out of you, do it, because you said you was gonna do it, and it's gonna help you, it's gonna benefit you in the long run. And I don't mean becoming obsessive or never changing plans, because life happens. But if I say I'm doing it, I'm going to make a genuine effort to do it. And if it doesn't happen, I'm still going to try another day. That brings me to, actually, guys, I'm doing my 75 soft. I'm starting August 24th. I'll be done November 6th. Yeah, I'll be documenting the whole journey with you guys. Back to the video. Stop making promises to yourself that you can't keep. If you're struggling with discipline now, start small. Don't promise yourself 15 things tomorrow. Just start with one and start keeping your word to yourself. You build trust with yourself the same way you build trust with that man, through consistency and meaning what you say. Actions following up with them words. Number 5, I stopped spending money without intention. And I hope you guys are doing this too, especially in this economy. Okay, I stopped blindly spending. I stopped saying, oh, spend a check, get it back. I mean, yeah, you get it back, but it takes a lot longer, and you can spend so much money. You can spend all your money in a second. When you took however long it takes you to make money, it takes nothing to spend it. You could drop all your money on one thing. Just think about money in time. You can make more money, and if every time your income increases, you spend more money, you can always feel like you're never gonna have enough because you didn't learn money management. I'm not saying never buy anything nice, because I love nice things, of course, but I want my purchases to be decisions, not reactions, not just, oh my gosh, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I still be shopping a little bit, but I have like a limit where I'm like, girl, you cannot, if it's like something small, like whatever. But big purchases, like, you do have to be strategic, and you do have to be financially knowledgeable about what you're doing, and picking up a book about some finances is gonna help you. Money needs intentionality just like your time does. So be intentional with your spending, be intentional with your saving, be intentional with your investing, and be intentional with your earning. But money's gonna be around forever, so figure out a way to eliminate all of the headache around it. Number 6, I stopped reacting to everything immediately. I used to be a bit crazy. Discipline isn't only physical, it's emotional too. And emotional regulation is something that we all probably need, because a lot of us probably did not grow up with it. I just had to stop thinking every emotion needed an immediate reaction. Sometimes it's okay to just sit in your thoughts, sit and think, and become more level-headed, see it through a different lens, think about all the different viewpoints of the situation. I try not to react when I'm angry. I try not to react to anger, because it's just emotions, and emotions come and go. Emotions usually will pass, and the emotions might be completely valid, but they do come and go. So sitting with yourself and thinking about their next move and your next action will save you so much more of a headache than if you react and you build up a fire and you keep reacting with anger and you keep feeding into this and you keep adding this negative energy into your life that is already there. You don't even need to really act on it. You don't even need to really bring more up on it, because it's already a negative thing. So when you add more negativity to it, you're adding more stress to yourself. You're adding more time for it to pass. You're adding more anger into you, because it's like, yes, you can feel how you feel, but when you act on it and then you're adding to it and then it becomes a whole nother thing and it becomes a whole bigger thing, that's just so much more. It's just so much more annoying, and it's just so much more not worth it. It's so much more not worth it. Not worth your peace, not worth everything you've worked for, not worth the woman that you're becoming, especially when that's something that you were trying to get away from, when that is something that no longer serves you. No longer serves you. That is no longer a version of you that you want to be. Leave it alone. And people that know me know, girl, I was crazy. But I am proud of myself and who I have developed and who I am developing to become and react to things a certain way and not react to things a certain way. I've learned to give myself time before making certain decisions and ask, am I responding to the situation or am I reacting to how I feel right now? Because a lot of times that is what it is. Because a lot of times we had to hit up in I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. And I just felt like, and it was a misunderstanding. Like, it's really a whole lot could be avoided if people just sat there with their feelings for a second and sat there and thought about some stuff before all the hot-headedness and in the emotional anger and back and forth and just ugh. But it's okay. You gotta learn emotions, and you gotta learn how to identify them. One thing I really want you guys to remember from this video is that not every emotion requires an action. Not every emotion requires you to act on it. You can feel it, you can write about it, you can journal it, you can, of course, say things to yourself, but it doesn't require you to go to the utmost of disrespect and actions towards how you're feeling in that moment. Sometimes the most disciplined response is no response at all. And last but not least, I stopped living my life on autopilot. And this ties everything together. I stopped thinking that life just happened. I stopped just thinking like, oh, I just wake up and I just go to work and I just eat and I sleep and then I just do it again. No, I started becoming intentional about the person I wanted to be. How does she spend her morning? How does she take care of her body? Or who does she surround herself with? Where does she go? What does she like to do? How does she consume things? How does she spend her free time? How does she show up to work? What kind of experience does she give her clients? And then I started looking at my current decisions and deciding if they matched or not. Anything that did not serve who I was wanting to become, my higher version of myself, if it did not match, if it did not align, it just had to go. I'm not saying it had to be completely like you're cut off, like sending text messages, but that's just not what I'm going to be consuming and putting effort into my day with. Because we all want certain outcomes, right? But sometimes our everyday decisions are not matching up with what we say we want. And that's where discipline comes in. It's not punishment. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is not boring. Discipline is not telling yourself you can't do things that you want to do. If you want to do something, genuinely, truly, deep down in your heart that this is going to fulfill me, this is going to make me happy in the long run, overall, do it. I'm not doing nothing that I know is not going to make me happy. When I see the progress and the things that I've done and the growth that I've had and how far I've came, I am so proud of myself. I'm so grateful. I don't feel like I punish myself. I feel like I am a better, stronger, healthier, more improved version of myself every single day. And I love that for me, okay? Even though it's hard. Yes, it's hard on some days, but I am so proud of myself. And I feel so much more aligned and so much more confident and so much more just happy with myself, Like, I have done a lot and I have been through a lot, but the discipline that I put in, the work that I put in, and the progress that I see and where I'm going, I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I'm so just giving God praise because it's a lot. It is a lot, but I don't feel like I punished myself. I don't feel like I should have did that. I don't have regrets of what I should have did. I did enough of it. I don't have FOMO. I don't feel like that serves me, so I don't do it. There's nothing that is making me feel like that, even though, okay, yeah, I might have friends that do it or whatever, but I still don't feel like, oh my God, I should be doing that because they're doing that. What does that have to do with me? You got your life and they got theirs. So no, it's not a punishment. It is a gift to you and to your higher self and to your future self, because we can't live in the past. The past self that we had yesterday don't even matter because you're not there no more. The future is the most important. Living with your past and not caring about your future is going to keep you stuck. It's just not going to do it for you. Discipline is literally just making decisions today that your future self will thank you for. And looking back at how much discipline I've had and all the decisions that I've made and all the sacrifices that I've made, I am extremely grateful. I cannot express that enough, that your future self will thank you. The past is the past, but the future is coming, and that's what we need to focus on. So those are 7 things that I stopped doing when I decided to become more intentional and disciplined with my life. And I'm still working on these things. Discipline isn't something that you accomplish one day and you're done. No, it's a forever ongoing, continuous process. You're constantly choosing. And some things are going to be better at it than others. You might fall off, but at least the more that you do build discipline, the easier it becomes to get back to it. So one thing that I want you guys to take from this video, don't think about what you need to start doing doing, ask yourself, what is one thing that I need to stop doing to become the better version of myself? What is one thing that I need to stop doing that is no longer aligning with my higher self? And I would encourage you to put your answer in the comments. There's no judgment here. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're on your own journey to become more disciplined, confident, and intentional with your life, then subscribe because we're on this journey together. And I'll see you guys in the next video.